Hello and welcome to Fight Week and welcome to the official press conference ahead of our fights on Wednesday night, with the main event being Paulo Aokuso up against Renold Quinlan. It is a made-for-TV card. You'll see all of the action live on Fox Sports 503 from 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time this Wednesday night. Simulcast from 9 p.m. on Fox League as well, and of course all of the action live on KO Sports. Ben Damon is my name. Can't wait to call the action in these fights this coming Wednesday night. Of course, we'll have the weigh-in tomorrow at this very venue at midday as well, and live on the platforms you're watching on right now. But it is a really exciting run of boxing coming up on Fox Sports over the next little bit, and it all culminates in a pay-per-view event as well on August the 23rd, a Wednesday night. It's brought to you by No Limit Boxing Promotions. We're going to be busy, and we start with this stacked card this Wednesday night. George Rose, just having a look around here, it's going to be an intimate atmosphere on Wednesday night. It's going to be an exciting one.
It's going to be very intimate. It's actually very cosy up here at the moment, Ben. I feel like you're nearly sitting on my lap, mate. It's, we've got a hell of a lot of talent on this card, and, this is made for TV. This is what it's about, being intimate, being nice and cozy, and showcasing some of our best fighters that we have in this country.
And one of the most exciting fighters in the country as well. He's sitting alongside you, Paulo Aokuso, 4-0. He's worn the sunglasses today. He's really starting to lean into being the headline act for the first time as a pro.
Absolutely, and he does. He talks like this because he can back it up. He looks like this because he can back it up. Everything that he's done in the ring to date, he's lived up to everything that he's planned to do. And I'm so impressed to be involved with the career of Paulo Aokuso, because every time he steps into the ring, he puts on a show. He wants the hard fights. He wants to go straight to the top. And, I've got no complaints about a guy who wants to step in against absolutely anyone.
This Wednesday night, he takes on a man who's become a giant killer in Australian boxing. Sitting alongside me here, Renold Quinlan. Not only does he have the great Daniel Gill on his resume, but the upset of the year in Australian boxing last year against Jack Bowen.
And that's what he's got in him. Renold Quinlan is one of the most dangerous fighters in the country, without a doubt. I don't care who you ask. Renold Quinlan can, on his day, can beat anyone in the ring. And for this fight to happen, we're really blessed to be able to have this fight here on No Limit on Fox, with Renold looking very lean and very much on for an upset. Like you said, I sat ringside for what he did to Jack Bowen. That's a fight that he should never have won. The Daniel Gill fight, that's a fight he should never have won. But he steps up and he's a very dangerous guy.
Just 4 fights that we'll see live on Fox Sports on Wednesday night. All of them are very, very strong. We've got the fighters from 3 of the fights sitting up the front here with us today. Of course, we've talked about that main event, but also Jack Brubaker takes on Troy O'Meara, and we've got Yusuf Dib taking on Miles Zalewski.
Yeah, absolutely, and every one of these fights, I'm really happy that we were able to match them. The return of Jack Brubaker, one of the biggest characters in Australian boxing. People have been asking about where he's been for the last few years. That's the impact that he's had. I sat down and was able to get Jack back here, and one of the things was he said that he had to have the baby oil and the walkout ready to roll. So he put it on last time, and I know he'll put it on again. Troy O'Meara's been in against some of the toughest guys in the division, and these are guys that they are at the top. Huey Dibb's been forging his career here in Australia for quite some time, and he's a top 3 guy. It's a very tough fight, and he's in against Miles Zalewski, who we saw what he did to Lee Fook not long ago on a No Limit card, and he's got knockout power. This is a fight that is very well matched, that can really turn it on. And we open the night with a guy like Isaiah Sete, who every fight that he's in, win, lose or draw, he's had one of every of them. He'll turn on a show, and it'll be a fantastic fight.
Yeah, Will, that is Isaiah Sete, who'll take on Ankush Huda in the first of our televised fights this Wednesday night. How's it all going over at No Limit with this show this Wednesday night, another big show the following week, and plenty more still coming over the next little bit?
Yeah, well, we've set up camp in the office. We've sort of bit off a little bit more than we can chew sometimes. But that's what we like. We want to keep putting on great shows, keep entertaining the fans, and to have back-to-back shows week after week. Your Wednesday night is going to have some entertainment for the next month or so. So every Wednesday, tune into the fights, and we're really excited that we have been able to get good fights and good cards like this one. This one's an absolute banger to kick off the next month of events.
What's your fight of the night on this card?
Look, I don't want to call it because, like I said, I think every one of these fights is very well matched. We've got superstars in the making on this card, and this is what No Limit on Fox is about. Is about giving the opportunity for our superstars in the making to put your hand up, put on a show, and we'll take it from there.
Thanks so much to George Rose from No Limit. Now we're going to talk to the fighters, and as I mentioned, the first fight that you'll see at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Fox Sports 503 will be Isaiah Sechi up against Ankush Huda. The second of our fights, we're going to see Yusuf Dib up against Miles Zalewski. This one is for the IBF International Lightweight title, 10 3-minute rounds, and we'll start with Miles Zalewski, who joins us down the end of the row here. Miles, great to see you again. Must have been a frustrating period for you. You were meant to fight Harry Garside. You've had some big fights fall over. Where are you at the moment in your boxing career?
So I just want to thank No Limit and yourself for allowing me on the card. And it's been frustrating. This is my first fight for the year. We're already halfway through the year. Last year was a bit of a shocker too with Garside and all of them pulling out. I was supposed to fight Paul Fleming twice and then Garside twice. So I've had a bit of a roadblocks in the way, but I realise why, and that's because I am a avoided fighter. I know what I possess, so I don't blame these boys for not following through with these competitions. And look, I give Yusuf the massive props and credit for jumping in because I know what I can do. And I've been in the sport 15 years, almost 15 years, and it's hard for me to stay motivated. And it's fights like this that get me out of bed. It's for the IBF international title, so I can't believe that I'm going to be fighting on one of the biggest platforms in Australia for a major title. So this is those moments. This is why I stay in the sport for 15 years, and I can't wait to showcase against another talent like Yusuf Dib, who's going to bring the best out of me also.
What do you think about Yusuf Dib? Because he's 19-0, a fantastic record. He's going into the world rankings, but he's not someone that we've seen a lot of on these mainstream events. What do you know about him?
I don't know too much, to be honest. I haven't really dug down the rabbit hole too much. I'm always just focused on myself and breaking my own records and just being the best that I can be, because when I do watch any past opponent or future opponent with their competitions online, it's a different style. So, I always come across just the best I can be, showing up and just, breaking my own records. So, I don't know, from what I have seen, and I've seen snippets, clean boxer, nothing too crazy, this is just going to be a chess match, and this is going to come down to just who has the bigger brain on the night, I feel.
So what do you expect to happen in this fight?
Look, I know I possess the power. In some of my past fights, I've relied on that too much. So I have to just take it back and respect the sport of boxing. This is a chess match. So we've put in a good camp. We've worked on some things. We've tidied things up. I've been in the sport 15 years. Come on, man. I know how to do this thing. So I want to do it properly, respect the sport, as I respect any opponent that I'm up against. And I naturally have the power that's going to be there up until round number 10, if it goes that far. So I'm just going to box and move, and I can't wait to show you guys what I can do.
Great to see you again, Miles Zalewski. We'll head down to the other end of the chairs here, and it is Yusuf Dib. As I mentioned, he's 19-0 with 9 stoppages so far in his professional boxing career, and now at 30 years of age, gets this breakout opportunity. Yusuf, how excited are you just to be a part of a fight like this?
I'm extremely excited and very grateful to No Limit, to the Rose brothers for allowing me to showcase my abilities to the Australian public. And it has been a long grind. I've been in the pros for a while now, and I've put in a lot of work, stayed disciplined, and dedicated to my craft. So I'm very much looking forward to coming out and, making this my coming out party.
I'm sure you don't need to look far for motivation. We see your brother over here, the former world champion, who's beaten cancer and is now steering you along with the rest of your family in your career and Billy Hussein. Also, we spoke about your son and the motivation that he provides to you as well last week. Do you want to tell the Australian public about those motivations?
Yeah, look, every fighter has their motivations and every fighter has their reasons to fight. And, you know, I've got a very big reason to fight in my young family and my wife and my 2 children, Aliyah and Jabril. My son Jabril, as I touched on with you, Ben, has cerebral palsy and, you know, he's proven a lot of people wrong, a lot of doctors wrong with what he can do. And, you know, that gives me all the motivation and all the determination, the will, the drive to succeed and to give him a great life, to give my family a great life. That's why I'm doing this sport.
Tell us about what we should expect from you, because people may know the name, they certainly know the surname, but some will not have seen you fight. What do we see when Yusuf Dib steps in?
I think you're going to see a bit of everything. You know, as Miles touched on, I'm a clean boxer, but I can also get down and dirty in the trenches. So, you know, expect the unexpected in this fight. And, you know, I'm sure Miles is ready, he's prepared. I'm ready, I've prepared very well. It's going to come down to who wants it more, and I just believe that I do want it more.
Thanks so much. That's Yusuf Dib and Miles Zalewski. Can't wait for that fight. That'll be the second of our televised bouts on Fox Sports this Wednesday night. Then we'll head along to the co-main event with the return of Jack Brubaker against Troy O'Meara. And I'll talk to Troy firstly. Welcome, Troy. Great to have you as part of a big card like this. What did you think when they said, we want you to fight Jack Brubaker? I guess you thought he'd disappeared.
Yeah, I thought Jack disappeared for a while. Me and Jack have known each other for a long time, and it's good to be back in Australia, good to be fighting. And when they said Jack Brubaker, I thought, who'll be better? Me and Jack have done some rounds back in the day, a fair few years ago, and everyone always used to say to us, we'll pay money to watch them rounds. So hopefully we can prove that on the night, man. It's going to be a good night. I can't wait to throw it down.
What was that sparring like? Very different stylistically, the pair of you, but what did you feel about the sparring?
Oh, I felt real good. That's always, the sparring's different to a fight, obviously, but I feel like I've got what it takes to beat Jack for sure. I've been boxing for a long time. We've known each other for a long time. I know Jack fights off his confidence a lot, you know. So I know I can take that confidence from him. So.
Do you think the fact that he has been out of the ring for 2 years and 3 months gives you an advantage in a fight like this?
Oh, yeah, that's not just the advantage. Jack's been boxing for a long time, man. He's been boxing since when I started boxing. I've been boxing for about 15, 14 years. So Jack's been doing it for a long time. He's always been around it. I'm sure he doesn't stop watching it. If he might retire, but he didn't stop watching it. He will be up on everything. So we'll see how it goes tonight. It'll be a good night of boxing, man. Jack's tough, so it doesn't matter if you had time off. I know it's going to be a tough fight.
And there's some great fights available for the winner of this fight. Some great names in the super welterweight division. Is there anything that you've got in mind? Should you be able to get through Jack Brubaker?
Oh man, I know. I want the winner of this fight, man. I reckon the winner of this fight deserves Nikita. You know, he's been calling people out. I've seen, and I'm ready for Nikita, man. If he's ready to go, I'm ready to go. I'm right here.
There you go. Nikita Tszyu, it could be on the horizon potentially for the winner of this fight. Firstly, let's welcome this man back. Jack Brubaker, so good to see you again. Where have you been?
Making babies. I'm back, baby. I've been enjoying myself. I needed a little break away from the sport. I've been boxing for a long time, as Troy touched base, and just the last couple of fights, I just noticed I just lost that little bit of hunger. So I needed to take a step away, set up a few other things outside of boxing in my life. And I always told myself I wouldn't come back unless I wanted to. I don't need to box anymore, but if I wanted to fight, which I do, then I'd come back. And there's a few big fights out there. There's a few big names I want to tick off my bucket list before I hang up the gloves for good. Troy's come to fight. Like you said, we've sparred a lot over the years, and man, they're good spars. The No Limit boys have put on a good matchmaker. I just feel like I'm a bit better in every aspect. He's tough, but you all know, man, you hit me over the head with a baseball bat, you're not stopping me. I know I can stop Troy. He can't stop me. And then we get through this fight, we're looking at Nikita, man. I've been calling him out for a couple of years. It created a bit of hype. He wasn't ready for me a couple of years ago, but I know he's running on the back of that first round knockout. I tell you, you fight me, he won't be getting no first round knockout.
Do you see that as the prize in this fight, a fight against Nikita Tszyu?
Of course, yeah. I'm in these fights for the big show, the big names, the big promotions. That's why I fight on no limit cards. They're the best in the business. So the fight against Nikita will be the biggest fight. I think styles make fights. I think Nikita comes to fight, he likes to bang. I'm at my best when people like to bang, so I want that fight, boom.
Tell us about the fight with Troy O'Meara. Obviously very different styles. What version of Jack Brubaker are we going to get after that long break?
A bit smarter, hopefully. I feel you can teach an old dog new tricks, but at the end of the day, I'm a born fighter. I look at myself like an Australian Notorio Gaddy, so regardless of win, lose or draw, I'm always in the best fights, the fight of the nights. I come to fight regardless of who's in front of me. Troy's the perfect fight to showcase a few new skills I've been working on. I got Brett Townsend from BTS Boxing in my corner, and I've been enjoying the gym again. That's sort of something I haven't done for a while. I got that new dad power, and I'm just looking forward to putting on a good show as usual.
You always do, and you give us predictions as well. What do you predict happens in this fight?
I feel like it's a bit slicker than Troy. I feel like we come out, we box along for a couple of rounds, then we get caught in the trenches, and I feel like I just catch him. And man, I believe if I can catch him when I don't try, that's mean I dropped Stevie Spark that first round. I was so relaxed after my walkout. I was enjoying myself. When I don't try and knock anyone out, that's when I had the power. Again, I dropped him. I started biting down on my mouth guard looking for that power punch. And yeah, they're hard to find when you're looking for them. So I'm just going to let my hands go, have fun. I'm at my best when I'm enjoying myself. So I'm just going to look forward to the night.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you back in action. Thank you to Jack Brubaker and to Troy O'Meara. George, got to put you on the spot there. They've both called out Nikita Tszyu. So is that something that we can do? The winner of Jack Brubaker and Troy O'Meara, are they a chance of that fight?
Look, when fighters like this make call-outs like that, it makes my job really easy. I know it's always tough to match Nikita, so when Troy and Jack both want a piece of him, that's something that I can make happen. That's something that I'll definitely make happen.
Fantastic. All right, well, that is the undercard. Now we do go to the main event. As mentioned, it is the undefeated Paulo Aokuso against the giant killer in Renold Quinlan. You'll see this one at light heavyweight, 8 3-minute rounds, the fourth of our bouts. And to repeat, it'll be live on Fox Sports 503 and also simulcast on Fox League this Wednesday night. I'm going to start with Renold Quinlan. It goes, Renold, that when you are prepared and you're ready for a fight, you can produce something special. What version of Renold Quinlan are we getting on Wednesday night?
Yeah, Wednesday night. You'll see what's going to happen Wednesday night. It's good that Kiss has been calling me out ever since he started. But now he's got what he's wanted. Wednesday night, you'll see.
I know you've been keen on this fight as well. He's mentioned you, but you've certainly mentioned him probably even more so. Why do you see Paulo Aokuso as someone you want to get in with?
You know, he's confident, reminded me a bit of myself coming up in my pro career, one of the best. And to be the best, you've got to fight the best. You know, and it reminded me a lot of me coming up throughout my career. No shortcuts. But yeah, I think it's a good test for him, but it's like Jack Bowen. We ain't going the distance, baby.
How much confidence do you take out of that Jack Bowen victory? He was 7-0 with 7 stoppages, a star on the rise, and you took him out big time. What part does that play in preparations for a fight like this?
Man, it takes a lot. Same mindset for Gill, same mindset for Bowen, same mindset for Aokuso. And that's how it is.
Well, there we go. That is Renold Quinlan, and this is Paulo Aokuso. Just a reaction, Paulo, because as we've said, when Renold is on, he's dangerous, and he appears to be pretty pumped for this fight.
Yeah, he sounds real confident. I mean, as you said, I remind him of his younger self, but at the end of the day, I'm better than what he was before. And I just want to ask him, how was Bali, man? I hope he had fun, bro. For real, I hope you have fun because Wednesday night it's gonna be different, bro. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different for sure.
What were you doing in Bali? Was that a training camp?
Partying, bro. Partying, no. Training.
Do you think he's fully prepared for this fight, Paulo? Is that what you're suggesting? Maybe he's not.
Oh, I hope he is because I'm fully prepared. You know, I've had the hardest training camp. I'm definitely going to put the work in Wednesday night.
A lot will be said and already has been about his Jack Bowen victory and his Daniel Gill victory. Do you think about the fact that he has caused those sorts of upsets ahead of a fight like this?
Well, it's only 2 upsets. Come on now. How many fights has he had? 2 upsets. Come on now. That's nothing. Come on. I've only had 4 fights and he's calling me
More
out.
than 2 upsets. More than 2 upsets.
I've only had 4 fights and he's calling me out. Must be doing something right.
Clearly you are doing something right. You're headlining a card as well, Paulo. How exciting is that? Live on TV. This is just your 5th pro fight and you're headlining on Fox Sports.
No, I feel blessed. I mean, it just shows that I deserve to be on this level, to be headlining a fight as well. Thanks to No Limit and my team. I'm really excited.
You've shown us a little bit of something new in each of your fights so far. What have you got for us on Wednesday?
There's a whole package coming for real. I know I haven't really showed much in my recent 4 fights, but this fight should definitely bring out the best of me.
And what do you think happens here in this fight against Renold Quinlan?
I'm going to retire him, and that's it.
Heavy statement there from Paulo Aokuso, who says he's going to retire the giant killer Renold Quinlan. In our main event this Wednesday night, we will face off the 2 fighters in our main event right here in front of us. George, if you want to move into position, we'll get both Paulo and Renold into their positions for the face-off. Everyone else can stay in their positions. And this will be our main bout this Wednesday night, live on Fox Sports 503, simulcast on Fox League as well. All the action begins at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. 4 fights in total, all brought to you by No Limit Boxing Promotions. That's our main event, Paulo Aokuso and Renold Quinlan. Thanks so much for joining us at the official press conference. I'm Ben Damon. I'll see you at the fights. Thank you.